Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to Helyn's Corner. This episode of Helyn's Corner. I hope you guys are doing great on this fabulous day. Fabulous day. I just wanted to stop by and, have this session with you all and hope that it will be helpful to anybody watching this out there. As is usual on Helyn's Corner, let's give honor to our great and mighty God as we say, Father, Lord, thank you. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for always being with us to guide our steps in the right path. We're indeed very grateful, Lord, and we love you. Again, I welcome you to Helyn's Corner. Helyn's Corner is a place where you are encouraged, educated, entertained, and celebrated. It's a spot where we encourage people to live the best versions of them while also utilizing their talents, their gifts, their abilities to be of service to other people and make this world a better place. Now, having said that, again, I welcome you, and my name is Chinyere Helyn Oluwatishimilore Njoku. I'm also known as Lady Helyn of Helyn's Corner. Today, I bring you a message which I've titled When Other People Want to Tamper with Your Integrity. Now, the word integrity is a very, very important word that a lot of people take for granted. A lot of people do things in this life not minding how it bothers on their integrity, how it bothers on their name, how it bothers on the way people look at them, at the way people take them as an individual. Because everything you do in life is measured based on the kind of person that people take you to be and based on the way that you portray yourself and the way you carry yourself out there. Now, what happens when your integrity is being tampered with? What do you do when you find yourself in a situation where someone seems to be, taking your integrity for granted, especially if this person is a friend or someone close to you? I have some questions. To what extent would you go to protect your integrity? Is your integrity important to you? In fact, let me start by asking this question. What is integrity? Integrity, simply put, and I have a definition that I've taken out here, is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Again, integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Now, for me, that is very important to anybody's personality and to your being as a human being. Everything we do must have that touch of integrity in it. If you relate with people and it doesn't come across as you having or being someone of integrity, there is a problem. You will not be taken seriously. There will always be doubts as to, your ability and the ability of people to trust you. Now, integrity also has to do with when you say something, you try to keep to that thing. When you give your word on something, people tend to know that, you know what? She's going to do what she said she's going to do. He's going to do what he said he's going to do. Many times we find out that that integrity is somehow tampered with, especially by people that are close to us, people who we feel should understand us, and people we feel should be close to us enough to know that, wow, this is important to this person. If this is my friend, or if this is my sister, or if this is my brother, then I want to be known and associated with someone who is seen to have a high level of integrity. But what happens most times is that we find ourselves, unfortunately, in situations where some people tend to take that integrity, tend to take you as an individual for granted. For me, I don't think that that is a good thing. I have zero tolerance for anyone, really, who tries to play with my integrity, because it's taken me years to build that. And for someone to come and try to trample on that, that's a no-no for me. I shut it down real fast. I don't know what you will do. Again, I welcome you to leave your comments. Leave your comments on this post and let me know if you found yourself in that situation where someone either close to you tried to trample or misuse or mishandle or take for granted your integrity. How would you handle it? What would you do? How would you take that person? What will be the relationship that you have with that person thereafter? The unfortunate thing is that when someone tries to tamper with your relationship or does it, the bad deed has already been done. And it can have a rippling effect. Why? Because it may not just be only you that may be affected. Anyone trampling on your integrity may be touching on other people's perception of you as an individual. And that can be very damaging. And I know that in this life that we live, there are a lot of us that have either found ourselves in situations where our integrity was tested or tried or taken for granted. Or it could be that you have tried to do the same thing to someone else. Now, I want to say at this point that if you are in that category of someone or people who try to take advantage or take for granted the fact that you know someone who has this kind of personality and it means a lot to them, but for you, because you know the person, you take it lightly, I want to encourage you to stop that. It is not a good thing, because one's integrity is like the gold that someone has in their lives. It takes people time, a lot of emotions, a lot of training, a lot of, discipline to have and build integrity. So when you think you can come along and with a wave of a finger, just crumble that is a mean thing to do. And for anyone who even takes people for granted, that is not even right in itself. You should not take people for granted. We are all human beings. And I think when we start to understand the fact that God lives in each and every one of us, each of you is a mini God. You are representing God. So when you look at the other person, you should be seeing God in that person and treating that person like you would have treated God if he was right in front of you. I think if we have that understanding and if we have that ideology about the human life, I think things will be a lot better in this world. It is amazing how you find out that people take other people for granted. It may be something as simple as you think you are better than someone and therefore you think you have the right to look down on that person. It's wrong. Or it may be that you have been placed to lead some people and you feel that those people would have to succumb to your way. It's your way or the highway. Their opinions don't count, the way they feel don't count, and how you treat them should not matter to them. You are taking them for granted and you need to hold your horses right there. It is a wrong way to treat human beings. And for anyone who is being treated that way to accept it and just let it continue, I also want to encourage you. It's time to raise your head. The Bible says, come up hither. Look up and know who it is that you are. Do not allow anyone to take you for granted. Do not allow anyone particularly to take your integrity for granted. When someone toys with that, that is a good cue for you to bring it to that person's understanding to say, listen, I can joke with every other thing, but you see, when it comes to my integrity, that's a no-no. Right? And if that person persists, then I guess that is, I'll borrow the words of our president. It is time to build up a wall. Don't you agree? It is time to build that wall. That will be the only time when I will sanction that a wall should be built up. Right? because your integrity is something that makes you. You and your integrity are one. If people don't have trust or can't trust you as someone of integrity, that is a huge problem. It's already a negative about you. And I don't know anybody who wants to be seen in that light. So when someone close to you comes and tries to do that, that's a time to shut that down. We should learn to respect each other. We should learn to value the principles and values that others have, especially when it borders on integrity. Are you someone who acts like you don't have any integrity? I hope this message reaches someone out there who is in that kind of situation. And I want to encourage you to say, you have that integrity inside you. All you need to do is look on the inside and start to build yourself from inside out. Your integrity, breaking that word down, it has to do with your values. What do you value as an individual? What are the things that you hold dear? What principles do you live by? Right? And once you start to think of all of that, it's going to help you start to build your integrity. Your integrity, like I said earlier, your integrity is something that has to do with your moral standing, your honesty. When you say something, you stand by it. If someone comes and tells you something, or you tell someone, I would like to do this, and the person says, okay, I'm going to help you do it. And you wait on the person, and the person comes back and tells you, you know what? I don't think we'll be able to do that at this point. It's okay. And then the person comes back again to tell you this, that, and the fourth. You can forgive. You know, for me, I'm all about forgiving. You can forgive as many times as you want. It's good to forgive. But when you see that the person is taking that situation or that aspect of you for granted, that's a shutdown. You bring it to the person's attention and the person does not seem to take you seriously, shut down. Build a wall. Lady Helyn said it. Build a wall, because your integrity will take you years to build. And just with one act, it will crumble right in front of you. Now, what would you prefer? To take years again to build your integrity, or to build a wall to shut down anything that tries to tamper with your integrity? I will go for option B. That will be my suggestion. So for anyone who is listening to this, as you go about your day, you go about your week, be mindful about who you are as a person, how you treat other people, what things you value, what principles you stand for. And if by any means you come across a situation where your integrity is being questioned, that's time for you to stop and assess that situation. Because that is a critical part of you that you don't want tainted in any way. Am I saying that you have to be perfect to have great integrity? No. We all have flaws as human beings. But, like I said earlier, it will take years. It takes years for you to build your integrity. When someone comes and thinks that they can tamper with that integrity just by, like I said, a snap of their finger or for like a second, that's the time to build a wall. Don't give room for anyone who will tamper and taint your integrity, because your integrity speaks volumes about the kind of person you are. Well, I hope this message makes sense to someone. If it does, if you find this very useful, please share this video. Trust me, it's going to speak to someone's life or some people's lives out there. It's going to change lives. The messages from Helyn's Corner has been changing a lot of lives. I get a lot of messages and emails. I got one yesterday and I'm going to post something about it very soon. it is bringing about a lot of positivity in the lives of people. So for those of you who join me on Helyn's Corner, I say thank you very much. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your encouragement. For those of you who leave your comments, for those of you who like, for those of you who share these messages, I just want to say thank you so much. And I want to encourage you to continue to do so, because the more you do so, the more you are making a difference in the lives of people. Again, if this is your first time of joining me, I say thank you. You can follow me on my personal page, or you can follow me on Helyn's Corner, which is my business page on Facebook. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel by typing in the word Helyn's Corner, and you will see some of my videos, and you can subscribe to my channel. You can also subscribe to my personal channel, which is Chinyere H. Njoku on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram and would love to chat with you from time to time. Do you have any topics you would like me to talk about? Do you have anything that you would like me to share with other people? Please send me a message. I will be more than glad to do that. But until I come your way again with another episode of Helyn's Corner, this is yours truly, Chinyere Helyn Oluwatishemilore Njoku, always encouraging you to continue to live, love, learn, and of course earn. You take care, and you have yourself a fantastic day, a fantastic week. And always, as usual, remember, Lady Helyn loves you. Take care now.